So 6 kids, 6 babies were found locked in a storage unit. When I first heard this, I'm like, my God, how evil can people be? But then you hear the story, and it's not as to me, it's not as angering as it is sad. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Now to another developing story in Milwaukee. Police say 6 children were found living inside of a storage unit in the city.
Yeah, now their parents are facing multiple felony counts of child neglect. Court documents detail the unsafe and unsanitary conditions inside that storage unit. Officers were first alerted by a person who heard a baby crying.
Both parents were in court today. Dua Israr joins us live in the newsroom with what happened during what was an emotional hearing. Dua.
Amanda and Jessup, 26-year-old Azia Zielinski broke down in tears as the court commissioner raised the suggested bond from $1,000 to $5,000 cash bail. According to the criminal complaint, Zielinski and 33-year-old Charles Dupriest were identified as the parents of 6 children found living in a storage unit at StoreSafe, the oldest child being 9 years old and the youngest child just 2 months old.
So he's 33, she's 26. The oldest child is 9, 15. Let's say 23. Let's say she's 20. No, 26. Yeah, 26. 9, yeah, say 15. So she was about 14, 15 years old when she had her first child, which makes him 9, 3, 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 22. So he was 22. She was like 14. So let's say he was in his early 20s. She was still in her mid to early teens. If all 6 kids are theirs. So there's originally a statutory rape case here from back then, but hey, probably wasn't taken. You know, a lot of times you don't know the situation as to why families allow this to happen to their daughters, but it is what it is. Let's continue. And she cried. Okay, and some people, I saw some of the comments with people saying that a $5,000 bond was not a lot. Well, gotta look at the circumstances. They're homeless, and it's $5,000 cash bond, so really a $50,000 bond. Okay, and like I said, it wasn't like they were really. We'll watch the rest. I don't want to get ahead of the story, but it wasn't like it was like really. I don't want to say it to make it to undermine the situation. Situation is bad, but it wasn't like them folk who locked their kids in a freaking chicken coop or in a storage shed, and that's where they lived while that's where the kids lived while they lived in a big house, living good, eating good, doing whatever they want, but having these kids live out there in the outhouse. It's not the same. They were living with the kids for the most part in the situation. But like I said, let's continue. So like $5,000, she ain't got it. I'm just gonna say it like that. She ain't got it. Okay.
Your children stating that they had no food, that the only food they found was from the garbage.
But that's why I be like, I've said before, time and time again, man, we gotta do everything you can to try to stay out the system, even if it's hell, not even if it's gonna have to humble you. Even if it has to humble you, make you go down to your lowest self if you feel, because you do not want that system. You do not want to be a part of that system, because that system will bury you alive. Now you see this mom on the screen, she's crying. I'm quite sure she's probably feeling like, man, I done messed up. We done tried. I'm young. This man, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid when we got together. He was a grown man. I just believed everything he said. And so now it's like I'm in it, can't get out of a relationship. It happens all the time. So not judging. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just is what it is. You know, I'm so far and I can't know where I can go. I'm following this man, blah, blah, blah. And so now I'm getting a $5,000 cash bond that I don't have, so I can't see my kids. Try to get out there and do it. Time is hard. You got people saying, oh, they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't get the kids food, but they could, get some alcohol and booze and drink. Well, shoot, that's an addiction. That's how people cope. And like I say, and I'm not sitting here caping for these people at all. They're in the wrong. They need some help. Kids need to be taken, put in a better situation. I hate to see them in the foster care, but getting in the system, $5,000, even if she came up with the money, that $5,000 is going to hurt. You see what I'm saying? This is why, to me, as much noise as I could talk about not helping out family and when they doing something, even if they do dumb stuff, I don't approve of, don't like it, wouldn't do it. This and the third. Even if sometimes they make bad and ignorant decisions, they can ask me for some things, and I would probably help them out one way, shape, or another. Probably won't help them out completely. Probably won't bail them out. But I look at her. This. I'm not going to allow you to just be on the street, homeless. We'll figure something out. But you got to meet me halfway. But this is as far as I'm gonna go. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about it. That $5,000 that if she gets out, it's going to hurt either her or it's coming out of a family member's pocket, and that's going to hurt. And if she can't pay the family member back, or she can't recoup that money, because now you're in the system, now it's just $5,000 just to get out. Now you got to go start paying court costs and lawyer fees. Your kids go in the system, you got to pay, who knows, like when you get like psychological help, you know what I'm saying, shrinks or whatever you call them, damn doctors, stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna cost money. It's gonna cost money, and it's gonna be hard to recover from that. That's why we got to make better decisions, man. We got to make better decisions all the way around.
They didn't have a bathroom. They used a bucket.
According to this criminal complaint, Milwaukee police officers were called to a storage unit inside Store Safe after reports of a child crying inside. When officers opened the unit, they found a bucket containing urine in the middle of the room and 6 children aged 9, 7, 5,
Damn.
3, 2 years old, and a 2-month-old baby. The oldest child told officers that they lived in the storage unit 50% of the time. He identified 33-year-old Charles DePriest and 26-year-old Azia Zielinski as their parents. The 9-year-old told officers his parents would drink tequila and vodka, become drunk, and slump over. He also told officers DePriest would often discipline them with whoopings, including one with such force that his lips began to bleed. Officers found DePriest
and a whooping, that's child abuse.
And Zielinski,
unless he was just crying that hard, his lips were just chapped and they just cracked.
In a black Ford SUV in the parking lot with their dog, along with a firearm. Zielinski told officers the family was living at Joy House, a shelter in Milwaukee, before they were kicked out after she gave birth. In a statement sent to CBS 58, Milwaukee Rescue Mission, which operates Joy House, stated the family had stayed with them in 2023 and 2025. A spokesperson told CBS 58 the family had secured permanent housing before leaving Joy House. According to the criminal complaint, the family received $2,000 a month in Social Security benefits. In intake court, the state asked for a $1,000 signature bond, but the intake commissioner disagreed, stating she had a big objection.
And what's more disturbing than all of that are the statements that both you and father have made, that you and the children could have stayed with family members.
Now, a cash bail was set at $5,000 for Zielinski.
She might have said that through emotion. She might have been like emotional, said, I can stay with, we can go stay with family members. She probably, you know what I'm saying? You don't know exactly when she said it, because listening to this, and I didn't hear the whole story. And so now I'm sitting here kind of thinking a little different. She might have just said that when they was arresting her, when it was coming to get her, she said, oh, because then she could have probably said, oh, well, we can go stay with family members, trying to keep from being arrested and kids being taken. Thinking that they're going to say, oh, okay, well, hey, we'll go call your family. And that way, tell them to come get you, or y'all can go there, whatever. We'll take you there, and this will be over with. But that's not how the system works. Once the police is called and they see these kids are in bad conditions, they got to take them. They got to take them. That's why she's probably shaking her head like, no, we couldn't. Because she already did, because the story said that they lived with family members like in 2023 and this year. And lived in the shelter. You know what I'm saying? Then she gave birth. Dude, why are y'all still hunching? And if you got a hunch, why you can't do it with some kind of protection? I just don't. I don't understand people's thinking sometimes, man. I really don't. How can you be homeless or in poverty or whatever the case? Because you could tell. I mean, because when you look at the video and you see they in the shelter, in a storage unit, where they had money for a storage unit, so that tells you one thing. And uh, been living there for a few months, so they let you know they had, which they said was getting $2,000 a month. But $2,000 a month is not gonna. I mean, hell, it's barely gonna afford. If you can afford, you can't live on $2,000 a month when you got 6 kids and 2 adults. Why the man ain't working? Why the mom ain't working? I don't know. What kind of bridges have they burned? You know what I'm saying? Since they got together, I don't know. Did she get ostracized, kicked out, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Put out because she chose her man over her family? I don't know. Because again, like I said, she was a baby, but she had babies, so we don't know the whole dynamics of their life story. All we know is that they were homeless. Let's say, I mean, you could tell that they did have somewhere to live because they had a couch. They had a couch and a bed in that storage that the kids were sleeping on. So they probably just fell on some hard times, man, and just couldn't recover for whatever reason. But they get drunk and pass out because that's the way people cope, man. You know, and then people get addicted, and it's a done deal.
Because she did not have a previous criminal history.
Mm.
A $20,000 cash bail was set for Dupriest.
Hmm.
Dupriest was convicted of third-degree sexual assault of a 13-year-old in 2010 in Ozaukee County.
Hold on, go back. Let's go back. Let's put this together. I think y'all are thinking what I'm thinking, right?
$1,000 for Zelensky because she did not have a previous criminal history. A $20,000 cash bail was set for Dupriest. Dupriest was convicted of third-degree sexual assault of a 13-year-old in 2010 in Ozaukee County. Now, if found guilty, Dupriest
2010, 13 years old. Can we do the math here? Can we do the math? He was convicted in 2010. 13-year-old. Again, this woman that he's with, I said, was either 14 or 15 years old when she had that 9-year-old. Right? Which would have been, what is this? Yeah, 13 years old. So this dude has a history of doing this. Not just with her, but wait a minute, but 2010, that's 15 years ago. That would have made him 18. And that girl would have been 13. Say 13. So he got a history of dealing with young girls. Then grew up, then got older, and then had a child with a freaking 14, 15-year-old. And then had 6 kids, you know what I'm saying? When it had 6 kids since. A total of 6 since. That dude, no wonder, okay, $20,000. That man, oh man, we gotta watch our babies. We gotta keep staying our kids' lives, watch what they're doing. Cause it's some monsters, man. There's some predators out there for real.
faces up to 25 and a half years in prison. Zelensky faces up to 15 and a half years in prison. Amanda and Jessup.
All because they homeless.
Dua Israr live in our newsroom tonight. Thank you.
Oh man, this is a very very complex story. Very complex story. I would love to see how this turns out. Hopefully the kids, since they can get to a good place, find a good home. Maybe family members can take them in, help raise. Because hell, they got to be somewhere. Because these two ain't getting out of jail no time soon until probably the next court case, which could probably be in a couple of years. The way the court system is, but it's hard. I understand. I get it when you're on hard times, man, and you got nowhere to turn, and it's just the two of y'all relying on each other. He probably don't want to go to your family's house because they probably don't like him in the first place. Because again, he was a baby. When I'm talking about the mother, she was a baby when she had her first kid, and he was a grown man. And for whatever reason, I mean, they stayed together, you know what I'm saying, still together, and they had 6 kids in the process. This is a sad story. Hopefully everything turns out at least good for the kids and the mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the mother the benefit of the doubt because again, she was pretty much taken in by, you know what I'm saying, by old predator. And she gonna need some kind of help. She's gonna need some counseling, like for real. Them kids gonna need counseling. That dude, yeah, he need to go on and go on, you know, see a little, you know, see a few, get a little time behind bars because you took the responsibility to be the man and be the father, and you have failed all the way around. So it is what it is. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.